A man standing on his rooftop late at night gazed up at the sky to enjoy the calm atmosphere. Suddenly, his peaceful moment turned surreal. The sky above began flickering with strange, pulsating blue lights, as if it had been overtaken by some sort of cosmic disco.
Mira, la nave. La nave. Les dije. La nave. Es una pinche nave. A huevo que es una nave. Es una nave. Otra vez. A ver, dame chance. Mira.
The blue lights weren't like lightning or any natural phenomenon he'd seen before. They flashed in rapid patterns, bright and intense, casting an eerie glow over the surrounding area. A group of friends, walking down a quiet street late at night, were suddenly captivated by the sky above. One of them pointed upward, shouting for the others to look. What they saw left them speechless. Multiple stars, dozens of them, began shooting downward in a mesmerizing display. These weren't typical shooting stars. Late at night, the house was eerily silent, with only the faint hum of distant traffic. The person lay in bed, trying to drift off to sleep when suddenly, a faint sound broke the quiet. At first, they thought it was just their imagination, but it grew louder, sharp, and unmistakable. The door handle to their bedroom was being cranked violently. At first, it was a few subtle movements, as if someone was testing the handle. But within seconds, the rattling became frantic, like someone or something was on the other side, desperately trying to get in. The metal clinked and twisted harshly, shaking the door in its frame. It was a quiet, uneventful day as the person walked down the street, enjoying the stillness. The sky was clear, and there wasn't even the faintest hint of a breeze in the air. The nearby park, usually filled with the laughter of children, was completely empty. As they passed by the playground, something caught their eye. The seesaw, positioned in the middle of the park, was moving. It creaked as it tipped back and forth, slowly but steadily. There were no children around, and the swings beside it hung motionless. They stopped in their tracks, staring at the seesaw. Alberto Del Arco and his team ventured out to a set of train tracks that had long been rumored to be haunted. Locals whispered tales of mysterious happenings, the ghostly sounds of trains long retired, eerie apparitions spotted near the tracks, and strange occurrences that seemed to defy explanation.
Mientras Tony... Oye. Sí, oye, güey. Sí, oye, güey. ¿Creen que sea un vivo, güey? Uy, güey. Corre. Yo siento que fue un ave. O algún animal nocturno.
Pues se movió, güey.
¿Crees que venga el tren?
No sé, pues el tren se escucharía, ¿no?
Sí, yo creo que...
Bueno, otra de las leyendas que se cuentan acá es que hay un tren fantasma.
Oh, lo amor.
Sí, también se cuenta...
¿Qué, güey? ¿Qué, güey? ¿Qué, güey?
Hay un animal ahí grande. Está grande, güey.
Ah, ya lo vi. No es un animal, es una cara, güey.
Es una cara, es una cara. Es una cara, vi una cara.
No lo veo, güey, no lo veo. Me desespera más no ver, güey.
Se asomó, sí lo vi. Aquí, le estoy diciendo, póngase alerta, güey, porque...
Güey, esta lámpara se está yendo, güey. ¿Traemos otra? Se le fue.
Yo traigo una cara.
Se le fue, güey.
Está ahí, güey, esa cosita ahí, está ahí. ¡Ey! Venga. ¡Ey, quién eres, güey! Ya te vimos. ¡Ey, gente! ¡Ey! Mira.
No veo,
At first, they hear a distant noise, and then they find something moving among the trees multiple times.
Güey, tiene pelo, güey, háganse para atrás.
¿Qué ves, cabrón?
¡Ey, quién eres, compa! ¡Ey! ¡Sal de ahí!
¡Uy, lo más grande!
Güey, ¿quieren que nos vayamos a la camioneta mejor?
¡Sal de ahí, cabrón! ¡Uy!
¿Qué, güey?
Se movió. Mira.
No veo ni...
Algo, güey, se tiró al suelo algo, güey. Sí está grande, güey, ¿qué es eso? ¿Le calculas a uno de esos?
Oh, no manches. Ni idea, pero vaya que estar pesado.
El árbol quedó torcido.
Pero está raro que no se... Uy. No.
Eso no está bien, güey. Eso no
Está cañón, güey.
Eso bajar ahí es como que, pues,
No, es peligrosísimo, güey.
Aparte están ladeados todavía los... ¿Quién eres? Acércate.
Oye una voz de este lado.
Yo también la escuché.
¿La escuchaste, güey?
Sí, contestaron.
Contestaron de este lado.
Del mismo lado donde nos tocó ver ahorita.
Sí.
Soon the movements stop, but then all of a sudden a metal being hit could be heard, which scares them.
No mames. ¿Quién anda ahí?
Mira el árbol, ¿cómo se
El árbol. Vamos, güey, aquí está algo con nosotros,
Buenas noches.
Eso no estaba ahorita.
ahora se ve
No,
más.
entonces a lo mejor ahí viene, ¿no?
Mira. ¿Qué es eso, güey?
¿Qué es, güey?
Apágale las luces. ¿Sí puede apagar? Está volteando para acá, güey. Mira. Se fue, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Güey, yo sí lo tengo.
¿Pero qué?
Algo viene aquí.
Uy, güey, sí es cierto, güey, sí es cierto.
Se desapareció, güey. Venía alguien por la
Por la vía.
vía, güey, corriendo. Alguien chiquito,
Lastly, the metal gets hit again, but this time they see a moving shadow in the darkness. While a paranormal investigation team was exploring a notoriously haunted location, they set up their equipment, scanning for any signs of activity. As they discussed their next steps, a sudden clang echoed through the room. Startled, the team turned around just in time to see a metal rod lying on the floor. A person, disturbed by strange noises coming from their backyard at night, decided to check the CCTV footage the next morning. The backyard, usually peaceful, appeared quiet at first. But as they reviewed the footage, something strange happened. In one of the clips, a faint white shadow emerged near the edge of the yard. The form was subtle, barely noticeable, but unmistakably there, floating and shifting unnaturally. As they watched, the shadow seemed to hover near the trees, moving slowly before vanishing completely into the night. A woman was startled late at night when she suddenly heard a deep man's voice speak to her from the corner of the room.
That wasn't me. I just heard a man's voice. I 100% just heard a man's voice and it was not yours. I swear. Oh my God, I have like crazy confusion.
Frozen with fear, she immediately turned to her husband, who was nearby. Shaken, she asked if he had said something, but he looked confused and said, "No, it wasn't me." Chinese explorer Xiaoling decided to visit an abandoned building on the night of the Ghost Festival, a time believed to heighten paranormal activities.
应该是不能说是很久，但是肯定也有一阵子没人来了。现在这个，你别看它开着窗户，这个温度都不行。这个凶啊！本来我挺紧张的，但是现在我所有的心情都已经转换为怒气了。老东西。现个神像我看看。嘿。你别给我猫着了，该出来出来呗。
At first, the furniture gets pulled towards him, and then did you notice? As he pans his camera, he didn't notice a white shadow reflection moving behind the glass door.
我操！我操你妈！
Later on, the loud bangings were heard, and then the mirror gets in his way.
刀声。操你妈！操你妈！
Later on, he captures a white face reflection in the bathroom, which quickly withdraws back.
哎，我操你妈！你妈哪的猫呢？你有能让我看一眼来？嗯，就在这屋。
Lastly, something moves in the room, and he decides to end his investigation there knowing the place is really haunted without a doubt. A man was alone in his bedroom, the quiet of the night wrapping around him like a heavy blanket. He was scrolling through his phone when suddenly, a soft but distinct voice echoed in the stillness.
I reckon she's good to go. Right?
It seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once, sending a chill down his spine. It was then that he realized he was not alone. The night had awakened something within the shadows, and it was calling out to him. Subscribe Top 5 Ghost for more content.